Monday, my children. Time for our last check-in with Marvel's horror characters as we see what's happened to the monster of Frankenstein. When we last left him, the monster had finished regaling Moarte and Knut with the tale of what he had been up to for 100 years following the death of Victor Frankenstein, and an ice storm had claimed the lives of Moarte's companions. Before he died, Moarte had told the monster that Frankenstein has a descendant who knew of the monster's existence, and thus might be able to help him in some way. And so the monster has set sail on a makeshift raft to find his descendant, where we pick things up in this issue. And of course, a story based on Mary Shelley's classic story opens with a quote from Creedence Clearwater Revival's Bad Moon Rising. Frankenstein's monster is a werewolf? Along his way, he comes across a small burning boat, a woman strapped to the front of it. He rescues the woman and brings her to a nearby shoreline, and finds himself attracted to her. Realizing she needs more help than he can provide, he makes his way to a nearby fishing village, only to observe the people in said village in the midst of celebrating that the woman's ship has sunk and that she is dead now. Knowing that no aid will come from these people, he takes her to a nearby barn, intent on stealing a horse and hoping he can take her someplace else. The woman awakens and is momentarily startled by his appearance, but soon explains that these people are possessed by a demon in black robes. It was only her that could resist the evil spell, and thus they were ordered to kill her. She explains that, coincidence of all coincidences, they are inside the barn of her family home, her father once being a great warrior in the country, using a special silver sword that is now buried in a tree trunk by the demon, so it can't be used against them. The monster thinks her father can help slay the demon, but she says his will is under the demon's control as well, before she passes out once more. With no other options, he takes the woman's sleeping body to her father, who angrily professes that he must indeed slay her and the devil spawn that has brought her back. He insists that she must die, but collapses after the monster is able to best him in combat, dead. The monster wonders if he has killed again, though the man was quite old. After he slips away to try to find medicine, he returns to find another man over the two left in the cabin. The man tries to explain to the monster what is happening, but he is in no mood for explanations and tosses the man through a window. He takes her into a forest and cares for her, healing her injuries and providing her with food and supplies. The woman, Lenore, comes to appreciate his kindness and goodwill, saying that she could someday fall in love with him. However, after finding her some shelter, he awakes to find her gone, wondering if the villagers somehow were able to creep up while he slept and to not make a single sound before taking her away again. He finds Lenore's tattered dress, a slain wolf carcass, and footprints leading back to the village, and soon finds a werewolf attacking the city's guard. By the Longbox! Jacob Russell! Where's my Marvel Cinematic Universe uniting all their horror characters? Believing that the werewolf is responsible for the loss of Lenore, the monster engages it in battle. The villagers watch, thinking that if the creatures do not destroy each other, they will have to kill the winner. The battle brings them to the tree where Lenore's father's sword was kept, when the monster takes it, finally slaying the werewolf. Transforms back into Lenore, much to his confusion. It seems like the crowd is ready to fight the monster, but they are calmed by a man in black who approaches, who tells the monster that Lenore was the one possessed by a demon, a wolf demon at that. And indeed, the man in black robes that she had feared was a priest. He advises the monster to leave, lest the crowd think him a demon, and he departs back on his journey. The story of Frankenstein is one of tragedy, my children. Not just for the doctor, but for the monster whose tragedy continues on into its life.
Bring my creation life. It's alive!